What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, people? Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Just figure I'd come by, trying something new. Hope everybody's doing having a good. Let's see, what's the date? Thursday. Today is Thursday. Okay, all right. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm just trying to do something right quick, and then we can take it from there. First things first. I salute you. I respect you. Respect the divinity in you. So I just wanted to come by and share something with you. I know I was talking about habits. Habits is that important. Habits is that key into whatever you got going on or whatever you're doing in life. Your habits is what's important. Your habits and your decisions and the decisions that you've made up until this point has gotten you where you are. It's your habits and what you've done up until this point that's gotten you where you are. You say, well, what are you talking about? Let me put it to you like this. If you're somewhere or you're in a place where you don't want to be or there's things that you want to do, chances are you have to look at your habits. Like, for example, if you're not getting the results that you want when you're working out, if you're not sleeping 8 hours a night, you're not eating right, it's a habit. Things just don't pop up. It's usually over a period of time that you may be ignoring something in your life and you're not paying attention to what it is that you want to do and what it is that you need to do. But if you would look at your habits would tell you where you are and where you're going. You just don't wake up one day and you're 30 pounds overweight. You just don't wake up one day and you're on a dead end job. You just don't wake up one day and you don't like where you are. It's your habits, it's your choices, it's your decisions. We all make decisions, and I know we a lot of times people may feel that they may not understand how they in a certain position or how they're in a certain place, but it's habits. We are creatures of habit. Don't forget that we are creatures of habit. I know we have great intentions. I think a lot of people have great intentions in life, and you start out with all these great ideas and all these great plans or on the things that you want to do and where you want to take your life. When do you stop dreaming? When do you stop living? And I would say it would start with your habits. You said, well, I went to school, I went to college, I did what they told me to do, but I'm still not getting the results. I went to work, I joined up for the system, I joined up, I'm playing, and life don't look the way that I used to imagine it. Choices. Choices. So you said, well, what are the choices that I've made? Maybe you didn't want to listen to somebody who was trying to put you on a better path or somebody who was trying to show you a better opportunity and you just kept on repeating the same thing over and over again, not realizing that it was your choices and your decisions that was going to get you to wherever you were going. Now, you can't blame anybody for where you are in life. A lot of times I like to blame other people for things that's going on in my life. But when I sit back and I ponder it and I think about it for a second, you know, I can't get angry with anybody because I've made certain decisions and I've made certain choices and I've repeated it and keep on repeating it. You can't eat candy all day or eat processed food all day and expect to be 100% healthy or you expect to be this physical specimen. You have to eat right in order to get the get the results that you want. You could look at magazines. You could actually find somebody, and it still doesn't matter if you're not going to do the work. But to do nothing is to make a choice. To do nothing. If you want a better lot in life, you have to qualify. What's going to qualify you? Putting in the work, making better decisions, making choices, making choices. You got to make better choices. If you want better results as you grow and as you go further in life, you're gonna have to make some better choices. Better choices. What's up, my guy Tony? What's going on? Yeah, I'm just here dropping something. I just want to drop a little something something right now because I understand that habits are things. Just like either habits are going to be your best friends or habits are going to be your enemies. I've read a book by it's called Rich Habits, Tom Crowley, I believe, and he talks about habits. And what it is when we stop zoning in and we stop focusing on what it is that we need to focus on, and we create the habit. It's just not doing one thing at a time every day. You're going to get better. You're going to get better because you've made a habit and you've made a choice. Most people don't realize when you get in the business or you run a business or you're running your house, you have sometimes you have to make decisions real fast. You gotta what's up, Castro? You gotta make decisions fast. You gotta make choices fast. That's the difference a lot of times between like bosses and regular employees. A boss can make a decision. You go to the boss and you ask the boss, well, what do you need me to do? The boss is going to tell you, boom, I need you to do this. You need to be a boss in your life. You need to make the decisions that you need to make and form the habits that you need to make. Well, you say, well, working out is hard. Yeah, it's hard. If it was easy, everybody be doing it. Every eating right, that's hard. And I go to these things, yeah, that's hard. If it was easy, everybody be doing it. Everybody be doing it. But the real thing is how much or how bad do you is it that you want what it is that you want. Let's say managing money, whether saving and investing, these things, they're not necessarily easy things, but they're disciplines. They're disciplines. Are you willing to do the things that failures are not willing to do in order to succeed in life? And when I say succeed in life, I'm not talking about succeeding by just having a lot of stuff or having a lot of things. Having money is a form of success. People will call that successful. Having property, that's a form of success. But remember, you can't take any of this with you at the end of the day on your journey. When we transition, we're not going to be able to take any of the stuff with us. But as long as you're here, you might as well arrive to your problems in style. Okay? As long as we're here, we might as well arrive to our problems on style, in style. And you're probably saying, well, I don't have any problems. And if you don't have any problems, congratulations. Congratulations. I salute you. Because the only people who don't have problems are probably in the cemetery. And the deal goes, it's your habits that's created who you are today. Nothing more. You can't blame anything else except for your habits. If you're emotionally eating, emotionally spending, doing things without even rationalizing, not critically thinking, not using the mind, not using your brain, it's a habit. It's a habit. You could set the habit to visualize. You could set the habit of praying. You could set the habit of meditating. You could set the habit of eating right, meal prepping. You could set these habits. Specific goals. All right, and I appreciate you. I got the Discord. I got the Discord. Well, tell me what you want. Like I said, I'm on a path, Castro, and I'm doing what I get it. I understand what you're saying. Um, okay, and I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. But right now I'm talking about habits. So I appreciate you for tuning in. That's a great deal. Like right now I'm working on coming on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Why? Because of what the data has told me. You know what I'm saying? Diving more into the channel, diving a little deeper, trying to form the right habits. Form the right habits because at the end of the day, it's still work. Is whether you love the work or you don't love the work, whether you enjoy what you do or whether you don't enjoy what you do. I took the Discord off of my computer because I think that was slowing it down. I'm gonna put it on my laptop. I'm definitely gonna put it in the laptop. But yeah, habits is basically the key to a lot of things in life. Definitely the key. But if you don't form the right habits, then you're gonna walk around as a wandering generality, a wandering generality. And if you're gonna be walk around as a wandering generality, means you're just all over the place, and you're in a thousand different directions, and you don't niche down. And honestly, and you don't niche down, then you're gonna be like a ship without a rudder. You're gonna be a ship with no direction in the yeah, and you're gonna you're gonna be a ship without a rudder, and you're gonna be all over the place. But once you know where it is that you're going, once you know what it is that you want to do, then you could start forming the right habits. You could start doing that every day. But it's gonna take discipline. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take passion. Because one day you're gonna wake up and you might not feel like doing something. You're not gonna feel like, man, I'm not gonna want to roll today. And trust me, that day is gonna come where you're gonna feel like, hey, I don't want to do anything. And it's when those times come and you don't want to do anything, that's when your habits have to take you. Motivation is what get you started. Motivation gets you started, but habits is what keeps you going. Look at your habits. I guarantee you have habits, whether they're good habits or they're bad habits. I used to remember kids who used to suck their thumbs, and it's like you sucking your finger, bro. You sucking your finger, and their teeth would grow out, and or they would suck on the bottle. Kids would suck on the bottle for a long time, and they didn't realize that they formed that habit. Why? Because the parent wanted to shut the kid up or wanted to get them, you know, to comply. So as we continue to grow and as we continue to to do the form to create the proper habits, like what are some proper habits you could form? You would have to do that. Like I've got a notebook talking about visualization and meditation, but the thing is it's time. We have to be good managers of our time. We have to be good stewards of our time. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? Nobody's coming to do it for you. Nobody's coming to manage your time. Nobody's coming to manage your day. Nobody's coming to manage your habits. Nobody's going to do that for you. You've got to find out the things that's going to work for you in order to get you what you want. You got to do that. Nobody else could do it. No matter what I say, no matter what no one else says, you've got to do that, and only you could do that. And you said, "Well, I know this." Well, my next question would be, are you getting the results that you want? Are you getting the results that you want? You know, I mean, every day I'm every day in every way I'm getting better. I've got to niche down. I've got to figure it out. I've got to keep going. But if you don't form the right habits, whether it's working on the website, whether it's working on the channel, whether it's finding new ideas, it's constant growth. You got to grow. That's life. Life is about growth. Because if you're not growing, you guys know what it is. I don't need to tell you. You gotta be growing, but you want to grow in the direction that you want to grow in. What are some of the things that's holding you back? Is it relationships? What is it? Because like I said, those are mirrors of you. That's just a mirror of you. But it's the habit. Some people just like to repeat the cycle. You'll get in a situation and you'll repeat the cycle, but that's a habit. That's a habit. How you going to break the habit? A lot of times we're dealing with things in our DNA or genetic makeup. A lot of times people are doing things subconsciously and not knowing that they're doing it because we don't take the time to see what it is and figure it out for ourselves. There's things what they call it, social heredity. There's things that's in you that you don't even a lot of times you don't even realize. You won't even realize because it's been passed down. Because it's been passed down. And you'll hear things like generational curses and things like that that hinder people from moving forward in life. But if you don't know that there's a situation going on, if you don't know that you're doing something subconsciously or subliminally, you don't know, how are you going to fix that? If you don't know you have a bad habit, how are you going to fix it? One of the first things we could do is we could take inventory. Take inventory. Take inventory of where you are in life. Take inventory on what you have, and see if it lines up on or with where you want to go. Where you want to go. Because what's going to happen is 5 years going to go by, then 10 years is going to go by, then 15 years is going to go by, then 20 years is going to go by, and then you're going to be looking around, still looking around, trying to figure out what it is that you're not doing to get the results that you want to get. Sometimes people are just following other people. Why is it that people get up and do what they do in the morning? Got to ask yourself questions like this: why do I get up in the morning? What makes me go? What makes me go? Why do I keep on doing the same thing over and over? But if you never take the time to assess the situation or to evaluate yourself or be the observer, then it's going to be hard to get out of whatever rut you're in. A rut is only a grave with the two sides kicked out of it. A rut is a grave with the front and the back kicked out, and you just keep on going, and you just keep on walking and walking the same thing over and over, and not getting any results that you desire. Well, why is that? Why is that? Because we don't take the time to really assess the situation, assess the relationship, assess the work, assess, and I'm been reading about the solar plexus too as well, studying about the solar plexus. It's the sunshine in you, it's the light in you, it's your energy. It's your energy. And if we don't take the time to assess our situation, then it's going to be harder for us to get to where we want to go and achieve the things that we want to achieve. I remember being a kid and achieving all these goals and making things happen and getting into the zone and focusing. And it's easy. Like when you're playing basketball and you start and you're on a hot streak and you're winning and you're playing and you can't miss. That's your sweet spot. If you ever heard basketball players talk about their sweet spot, some guys they don't miss taking jump shots. They're 15 feet away, 20 feet away. But Steph Curry, these guys have a sweet spot. What we need to do is find our sweet spot in life. And we need to work that. We need to work that. Get into zone. Get into zone. Get into a place mentally where we know that we cannot fail. Where we know we cannot fail. And I know people talk about believing and belief, and that, if you believe, but you know how much it takes to really convince yourself. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. Maybe you might believe something, and once you get to that point, once you get to the point of believing, then you're really invincible. You really become unstoppable. And that's not to say that you'll never have another obstacle or that you'll never have another problem. It's only saying that you're bigger than your problems and you're bigger than the obstacles. You know, like I just said, you could arrive to your problems in style. You still could. You're gonna have problems, but it's how we respond. How are you responding? How are you responding? What are the habits that you're doing that cause you to respond the way that you do? A lot of people get jerked around and they don't realize that they're being jerked around. So they just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Over and over again. No promotions on the job, no promotions, don't know how to promote themselves, always complaining, always crying about where they are in life, but not willing to do the work in order to change. You say, well, what's the work? First of all, you need to change. You need to stop the car. You need to stop the vehicle and assess the situation. If your car, if you're going down a wrong road in life, or you're just driving and you're not heading in the right direction, what would you do? I would pull the car over. I would probably look at my GPS, make sure I have the right address in, All right. These are things that you could do. You maybe pull over or pull out a map, and I would change directions. I would change directions. If what you're doing right now isn't working, if it's not working, hey, there's things that I'm doing right now that's not working. And I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen, but I have to be a doer. I have to be a doer. I have to be a doer. If I know my goal is to get 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, what am I doing or what am I not doing? What are my habits? Am I working on it every day? You're gonna see the results, or you're not gonna see the results. You could fool everybody else, but you know who you cannot fool? I can't fool myself. I can't fool myself. You can't fool you. You can say, yeah, I'm putting it down. Yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, I got the new music coming out. Oh, I got the book coming out. Oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. You cannot fool yourself. You may can fool some of the people some of the times, but you can't fool other people all the time. And most importantly, you can't fool yourself. You can't fool yourself. Either you're willing to assess your situation and make the necessary changes and keep on working and applying pressure and having the goals, then you're going to be in the same place 5, 10 years from now. You're going to be in the same position, hoping and wishing for change. You can't hope and wish for change. You have to be the change that you want to see. You have to. You have to be the change that you want to see. Like I said, I can tell everybody what, hey, this is what you need to do. No, is the only competition you have in life is yourself. It's you versus you. You versus you. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? What are the habits that you're willing to form? Are you willing to form new habits? Are you willing to create a better life? Are you willing to go after the hard one? Only you could answer that. Only you could answer that. Or you could be happy with whatever life throws at you and complain. You could complain about inflation. You could complain about the gas. You could complain about your job. You could complain about where you live. You could complain about everything. But that's not going to change the situation that you're in. It's not. You could pray, you could fast, you could meditate, all that. Cool. Those are good. Those are good tools. Those are great tools. But at the end of the day, you still have to form the right habits. Form the right habits. Any team I've ever played on, you practice. You practice. Practice. I want to say practice makes perfect. No, practice makes you better, but perfect practice makes perfect. So you got to stop practicing perfect. You got to stop practicing what it is that you want. You got to stop practicing it, and you have to assume you in your imagination. You have to assume what it is that you want, and you have to do it. And when you get these ideas, you have to follow through. Stop following through on your ideas. Stop following you and creating better habits. You say, "Oh, I know I need to eat right. I know I need to do this. I know I need to do that." Then stop talking about what you know you need to do and do it and do it because it's your choices and your habits. 5 years from now, are you going to be where you want to be? I don't know, but I can tell you one thing: if you don't have the habits, it's going to be hard to achieve what it is that you want. Let's take Steph Curry for example. Steph Curry's not a big guy by any means compared to the guys in the National Basketball League, but he's a champion because he practices every day. He shoots the ball all the time, and he's he's a superstar. But that didn't happen overnight. See, everybody want to be a success overnight. Everybody want to say, "Yo, I did it. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to qualify there." And this is where in real estate, I used to see this with real estate investors all the time. They sell you. Everybody's selling you on what you don't need. Oh, you don't need a real estate license. Oh, you don't need this. Or you don't need that. Oh, you don't need no money down. You don't need this. You don't need that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be the guy at the table trying to make the deal without the confidence because you haven't practiced, without the proper know-how because you didn't put in the work. These are habits because you didn't go home and do the homework, because you didn't go the extra mile. Don't go the extra mile and see what happens. Don't learn for yourself. Don't fight. Don't get any help. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. But these are habits. You don't lose because you're prepared. You lose because you're not prepared. And that's whatever it is. If you're playing, I don't care if you're playing video games. The guys who are usually good at the video games are the guys who play video games all day. That's their habit. They sit there and play video games. The guys who do great YouTube videos, these are the guys who do YouTube videos all the time. These are the guys. These are the guys doing it. Look at any field of musicians, the great musicians, these guys form the habit of doing the things that nobody else want to do. And they do it and they become great. They become great because they find their what they love to do and they do it all the time. Do it. Just do it. Great slogan by Nike. Just do it. Just do it. But these are habits. These are habits. These are habits. So either your habits are going to be your best friends or your habits going to be your enemies. What are your habits to you? Are your habits your best friends or your habits your enemies? Because habit is what's going to take you to where you want to go. Your habit. You know, even if let's say you managing, and I'm gonna get out of here. If you're managing your money and 1 week comes up and something pops up and you blow your budget or you blow your you rob yourself because something comes up. Well, what happens is you don't have the discipline in order to stay on track. Well, how do you form the habit of staying on track? It's discipline. It's discipline. It's a habit. Stop finding habits. The habit of being disciplined, the habit of saving, the habit of investing. These are habits. And I'm not saying it's easy. The habit of exercising, the habit of eating right, the habit of studying, the habit of meditating. These are habits. These are habits. These are habits. But if you see these as gruesome and things that's gonna hold you back and things that you don't like to do and you don't want to do it, then 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 you're just gonna have to take whatever life gives you until you decide. Until you decide. And guess what, people? We all have to decide. And even if you don't decide, you're making a choice and you're making a decision. All right. So thank you guys for rocking with me. I salute each and every last one of you. I respect you. Mm, I'm out. Castro, I'll talk to you. Peace.